Most people live like the light inside them burned out long ago, chasing external sparks to feel alive again. But here's the paradox: what you've been searching for has never left you. It's buried under conditioning, fear, and routine, yet it still flickers quietly in your chest, waiting for you to notice. They told you that power comes from hard work, luck, or divine favor. They lied. It comes from the flame of creation already burning within you, the same force that built worlds and birthed stars. It's a truth so ancient it became dangerous. Entire systems were built to make you forget your hidden fire, to convince you that creation belongs to gods, leaders, or the gifted. But it doesn't. It belongs to you. You are the torchbearer, the keeper of the forgotten power that once moved mountains, painted civilizations, and wrote the human story. The tragedy isn't that you lost it, it's that you stopped believing it was ever yours. And yet, that tiny ember is still alive, pulsing behind your ribs. You can feel it when inspiration strikes out of nowhere, when passion surges, when truth burns too bright to ignore. That's not coincidence, it's memory. Because no matter how long it's been buried, the flame never truly dies. The question is, are you ready to remember how to ignite it again? There's a force inside every human that doesn't need to be earned or learned, it's already burning quietly in the background. Most people never realize it because they've been told to look outside for power, validation, or inspiration. But deep down, beneath all the noise, lives the hidden fire, the core of your essence, the flame of creation itself. Ancient mystics didn't invent this idea, they simply named what they could feel pulsing through their being. You don't have to search for it, you've carried it since birth. Think about moments when you felt unstoppable, maybe during a project, a performance, or even while comforting someone you love. That electric certainty, that rush of aliveness. That's your forgotten power peeking through. It's not just motivation, it's your energetic engine calling you back home. When someone says, "I feel on fire," they're describing the state of alignment between body and soul. It's not poetic, it's literal energy flowing freely through the system you were designed to operate. The reason most people lose touch with that inner current is simple: they stop feeding it. Like any flame, it needs air, movement, and purpose. If you suppress your emotions, silence your creativity, or live purely for external approval, you suffocate the very spark that makes you human. The flame of creation doesn't vanish, though, it simply withdraws into the shadows, waiting for permission to rise again. That's why some people feel empty even when they have everything. Their inner fire's been dimmed by neglect. You can start reconnecting to it in subtle ways: move your body, breathe deeply into your chest, write freely without judging what comes out. The point isn't to do something special, but to feel something real. When you do, warmth spreads, and with it, clarity. That's how the ancient alchemists found gold within the self, not in metal, but in light. And that light still burns inside you, though not everyone wanted you to remember that. Somewhere along the way, the world decided your inner fire was too dangerous to trust. From childhood, you were told to calm down, to be realistic, to stop dreaming so big. Those weren't just harmless phrases, they were quiet spells that smothered your flame of creation. Systems of control, whether through religion, education, or media, realized something: it's easier to lead people who've forgotten their hidden fire. So they replaced your creative instinct with fear, obedience, and guilt, and called it normal. History's full of examples. The very practices that once awakened this forgotten power, breathwork, sacred dance, chanting, visualization, were labeled heresy or superstition. The irony? The same societies that silenced them built monuments inspired by those exact forces of creation. It's like locking away the fire and then worshipping the smoke. Humanity learned to fear its own potential, believing that being small was safer than being radiant. But energy never dies, it just hides. You might still feel that dull ache, that quiet frustration that no achievement seems to fix. It's your spirit knocking from inside the walls you built to survive. And when that knock grows louder, when life keeps throwing you wake-up calls, it's not punishment. It's your hidden fire begging for oxygen again. The moment you realize that, the world stops feeling like a prison and starts looking like a forge. This isn't about rebellion, it's about remembrance. You're not meant to destroy the system, you're meant to transcend it by reigniting what it tried to bury. The flame of creation is still there, flickering behind your ribs, waiting for a spark. The question is, can you feel it trying to rise again? Even when you think your hidden fire is gone, it's not. It whispers through your sudden bursts of inspiration, that late-night idea that jolts you awake, the urge to change everything for no logical reason, the deep knowing that you were made for more. Those aren't random emotions, they're sparks from your flame of creation breaking through the ash. You can't kill divine energy, you can only forget it for a while. But eventually, it knocks, and when it does, ignoring it hurts more than following it. Ever felt an emotion so strong it made your chest warm, almost burning? That's your energy trying to move. It happens when you listen to a song that feels like your soul wrote it, or when you create something that feels bigger than you. That's not imagination, it's your forgotten power remembering itself. Those chills, goosebumps, and sudden tears. Those are symptoms of reconnection. The body recognizes truth long before the mind admits it. You might also notice how the world mirrors your inner state. When you start embracing your creative side, opportunities appear out of nowhere, as if life itself wants to co-create with you. Call it synchronicity or alignment, but really, it's your flame projecting light outward. The more you express, the more the universe responds. It's not magic, it's resonance. The flame of creation doesn't just glow, it attracts. So if you've been feeling restless lately, pay attention. That's not burnout, it's ignition. The discomfort is your soul stretching after a long sleep. You don't have to force the fire awake, just stop pretending you don't feel it. Because once you do, once you admit that warmth is still alive inside you, it'll start showing you how to fan it back into a blaze. Reigniting your hidden fire doesn't require rituals under the moon or ancient spells, it starts with something as simple as breath. Sit still, close your eyes, and breathe into your chest until warmth builds. That warmth isn't imagined, it's energy returning home. Most people live from the neck up, overthinking, analyzing, trying to control everything. But your flame of creation lives below that, in your solar plexus and heart, where intuition meets willpower. That's where the spark waits, patient and powerful. When you feel stuck, speak your truth out loud. Yes, even if your voice trembles. Suppression is the water that douses your inner fire, and expression is the oxygen that revives it. Write what you've been afraid to admit. Dance like your body's remembering an ancient rhythm. Sing until your chest vibrates. The goal isn't performance, it's presence. Every creative act, no matter how small, becomes a torch lighting the path back to your forgotten power. Try this, before making any big decision, pause and place your hand over your chest. Ask yourself, what does my fire say? You'll feel a pull, maybe a tightening, maybe a flutter, maybe just peace. That's guidance. The flame of creation doesn't shout, it hums. Trust that hum. It's not emotion or logic, it's alignment. You'll notice how choices made from that place don't drain you, they expand you. That's how you know the fire's leading. Over time, this practice changes everything. You stop chasing and start attracting. You stop asking for permission and start burning from purpose. The warmth becomes your compass, the light your language. And once you start walking with your flame lit, you'll begin to notice the world responding differently, as if it, too, has been waiting for your return. When your hidden fire is fully alive, people feel you before you speak. It's not charisma, it's coherence. You radiate something unmistakable, presence. You've probably met someone like that before, the kind of person who walks into a room and subtly shifts the atmosphere without saying a word. That's what happens when the flame of creation burns unobstructed. The world senses it. You stop trying to prove your worth, because your energy speaks louder than words ever could. Fear, once your constant shadow, begins to shrink. The mind no longer plays tug-of-war with the soul, they finally move in sync. And that's when purpose takes the wheel. You start noticing how easily things align, people, opportunities, timing, as if the universe was waiting for your signal. That's the thing about the forgotten power, when you light it, life starts mirroring your vibration. It's not luck, it's luminosity. You also become nearly impossible to manipulate. Systems built on fear lose their grip because fire doesn't submit, it transforms. You stop reacting to life and start creating it. Even chaos becomes a forge that strengthens you. Obstacles no longer feel like punishment but like sparks testing the endurance of your light. And the more you burn, the purer your energy becomes, like metal tempered in heat. Living with your flame lit isn't about perfection, it's about authenticity. You laugh deeper, love louder, and move with intention. Every action becomes an act of creation. And once you feel that kind of freedom, that natural high of being fully alive, there's no going back to the dimmed version of yourself. Because something inside you knows, this is what you were always meant to be, and it's only the beginning. Here's the truth most people spend their lives avoiding: you're not separate from the flame of creation, you are it. The same force that shapes galaxies runs through your veins. Every thought, every word, every action is a spark feeding that eternal blaze. You don't need anyone's permission to burn. You just need awareness, the willingness to remember what's always been there. Once you realize that, even the simplest moment, sipping coffee, walking, breathing, becomes sacred. When you live from that knowing, life stops being something that happens to you and becomes something that happens through you. You start noticing how creation responds instantly to your energy. Think of it like a feedback loop: your inner state projects outward, and the world mirrors it right back. That's not manifestation in the trendy sense, it's physics of the soul. The hidden fire inside you is the operating system of reality itself. Every choice you make becomes a prayer of creation. When you choose love over fear, expression over silence, truth over comfort, you're literally shaping timelines. The forgotten power doesn't roar, it whispers through the ordinary. When you start treating your daily life as a sacred ritual, the mundane transforms. You realize divinity isn't somewhere else, it's in your kitchen, your laughter, your heartbeat. That's the miracle of remembering. And once the fire's awake, it never truly sleeps again. You become both creator and creation, both spark and sun. The illusion of separation dissolves, and what's left is pure potential, alive, aware, and endless. You don't just hold the flame anymore, you are the flame. And that light, once remembered, can't be extinguished by anything or anyone. So now that you know the flame of creation never left you, what will you do with it? Will you keep it hidden, quietly glowing beneath the surface? Or will you finally let it roar through your life, lighting up everything it touches? Every day gives you a choice: to dim down and survive, or to burn bright and create. The world doesn't need more people playing small, it needs people on fire with purpose, remembering the forgotten power they were born to carry. Ask yourself this: when was the last time you felt truly alive, not entertained, not distracted, but alive? That's your inner signal. That's your hidden fire asking to be fed. Breathe into it. Move with it. Speak from it. The moment you do, you'll start shaping your world instead of just reacting to it. Because once the fire's awake, everything you touch changes form. If this message sparks something in you, don't let it fade. Keep exploring, keep remembering, and keep lighting the path for others who forgot their own flame. Subscribe to the channel, turn on the notifications, and keep walking with us. There's more to uncover, much more. And the deeper you go, the brighter your fire will burn.